So we just wrapped up filming this new Izzo raw video part for YT, and I'll be taking you through my custom build. To start off with the frame, we've got Izzo full carbon in a size medium, and then going to the suspension, we're running the Z1 up front with the Fox Float DPS in the rear. Only reason I'm not running the Bomber Air on this bike, which is my traditional shock, is it doesn't fit due to the frame constraints of the Izzo. In the fork, we're running 5 volume spacers. It's a little higher than I normally run, but given the shorter travel of the bike, I tend to prefer the higher volume spacers for a quicker ramp, especially with how I've been riding in this video. It's quite aggressive and I need all the help I can get. And moving on to the rear shock, I've also got the shock maxed out on volume spacers. To be honest, I think a max volume spacer in here is a little overkill. However, as I was preparing for this video, I didn't want to change up my setup too much. So I've just stuck with the max. However, I'll likely switch to about a 50% volume spacer for this bike moving forward. Heading on to the wheels, we've got the RaceFace Turbine alloy. These things just came out and they're honestly amazing. For the 29ers, I've been full outspoken carbon wheel guy, just for the added stiffness, and I still love the carbon wheels. I have the Nexstar 36s on a bunch of my other bikes. However, I've had such a positive experience with this platform for an aluminum wheel. Like by far the best experience I've had with any aluminum wheels. So huge fan of these. I think I've touched them with a spoke wrench once and I've been absolutely thrashing them for like 3 months now. So that's amazing. And then mounted to those wheels, we've got Maxxis tires. We're running a Assegai 2.5 up front double down and a DHR2 double down 2.4 in the rear. This is my typical setup. Most people would likely run either an EXO or an EXO Plus casing on this bike. However, just given the way I'm riding it, I'm going for the double down front and rear. Maybe not the most efficient for pedaling, but it's good confidence for me. And then in the front tire, we're going 26 PSI. And in the rear tire, we're going 31. No, excuse me. Typically I go 31, we're going 28 right now. I've dropped pressures on this bike just given the shorter travel. I find I need as much help as I can get to make the bike supple and have as much traction as possible. So 26 and 28 works well for me. Traditionally, I'm 27 and 31. And then going from there, we got the cockpit. We've got the Nexstar 35 mil bar in the 35 mil rise by a 760 mil width, and matched to that we have the turbine stem in a 40 mil length, and that's also 35 to match the bar. And then kind of finishing things up, mounted to this cockpit, we have some XT 4-piston brakes with a 200 mil rotor front, 180 rear, and then we've also got the XT full drivetrain. We're running a 165 mil crank, which is what I always run. Then we've got the 10 to 51 on this bike. Typically I go 1045, that's sort of my standard. I really like the smaller cassette because you can have a shorter chain, which keeps things tidy in the rear end and a bit more quiet at times. However, on this bike, I'll take this on bigger, typically like 20-30 mile rides, and having the 51 in the back it's nice when you're getting tired at the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole bike, I'd say. We just got the transfer dropper post, Title MS1 seat. To round things off, we have some XTR pedals, and that's that. It's been a really amazing bike to me so far. I never thought I'd really even own one of these. I always thought I'd stick to the Capra and the Jeffsy. However, now that I have this built up, I hardly touch my other bikes, to be honest. I've just really fallen in love with the shorter travel. For me, I've spent a lot of time on dirt jumpers in the past, and bike control is a strength of mine. So getting on the shorter travel bike and just being on it with the line choice isn't too much of an issue. And the pros of the pedal efficiency and the snappiness are huge. So yeah, it's been an amazing bike. I've had an amazing time filming this video, and I hope it shows the capabilities of this platform really well. And if you have any questions, please drop them below in the comments. I'll definitely get back to you. And thanks for watching as always, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.